just not really being threatened too much, but probably gonna want to start, yeah, sort of snowballing out of control pretty soon. And we'll see essentially once it hits about 6 or 7 minutes, we'll see what item she's probably going to go for. It looks like a Vladimir's offering straight off the bat. Not a bad item. I prefer to see a Soul Ring, but you know, each to their own. And we'll see essentially if she'll be able to out harass, you know, the players in the game essentially. And so Night Stalker just sitting up here in a nice, comfortable position, getting free experience. If they spot him, they should probably go for a little bit of a... Taylor Swift should probably see this and be like, you know, there's a Night Stalker out of position. We could either go for the kill here or, you know, I've got to be careful. One of the two things. Oh, and this is bad. Lion can't take on a Night Stalker. He's really not strong enough. And so nothing really that amazing happening. You know... Oh, Broodmother doing very smart. Yes, going for a Soul Ring straight off the bat. Unfortunately, they popped down a sentry.
Broodmother's under attack.
Yes, and they popped down a sentry.
She's dead.
No, she's not. She just managed to run out of sentry range.
Not almost.
No. She just managed to run out of sentry range, essentially. So that was really well played there, realizing that the Ice Path will hold them in place and not having to waste the sentry just yet. And so Juggernaut just spinning on her and cutting down a few of her Spiderlings. Unfortunately, not being able to kill all of them. So they've got to be quite careful because, yeah, Jakiro can eventually kill all the Spiderlings off, and he'll get free farm, essentially. Not a sense of free farm, but he'll just get some farm that, you know, that he shouldn't normally be getting from the lane. And so Gregor doing a really good job here, just getting a good bunch of ancient stacks here. Unfortunately, still only level 2. And he's going to cancel his Tango. He's really got to be a bit more careful around here. He really should have just stayed in lane. They should have just sacrificed it going in lane. And it looks like there's going to be a kill up here top. Unfortunately, they're just not fast enough because of the PA daggers. So that's really well played on Taylor Swift's part. Now, she's got to be a bit careful because they can turn this and they can kill the Lion. And if they do kill the Lion first, that means that they get first blood, which is totally worth it. Oh, but Lion being clever there and just draining the mana. And PA is going to get... Oh, so close. Oh. PA, unfortunately, being a bit too confident there, realizing, you know, oh, this dagger should kill you, and now Taylor Swift is unfortunately 2v1'd, and I don't know if she'll be able to make it back. Oh, whoops, missing first blood, sorry.
Down.
And PA is unfortunately going to go down, and Viper went down. So Salty McSalt essentially came in, decided to steal as much mana as he could, maxing his QR and his passive, and then pressed the R button, and Viper just doesn't have the intelligence to stand up to him.
Well, unfortunately, Lion was just standing up top, so he was prime for taking.
Oh, so did he just get... No, Lion's alright. Lion's walking back home. He's not dead yet.
Yes, but he was just standing up the top.
Ah, right.
And that's when they initiated on him. Because he wasn't doing anything. This is what I love about Broodmother. I love all her little underlings. That's the best part about playing Broodmother.
It's also the best part about...
You get to kill creeps and
it's also the
burst
best...
people out of their bodies.
Yeah, it's also the best part about playing against Broodmother is it's basically you kill them and you get a lot of gold from them. So this is... Okay, so now we're finally seeing a smoke gank essentially. A nice little smoke gank coming out where, you know, Lion and Sand King are pretty much going to come in and trying to kill the OD. Now Viper's got to control the lane a little bit better so that they, you know, they can come around the back, and OD's probably definitely winning this lane, you know, much better last hits and stuff. So Viper's going hard here. Unfortunately, Viper doesn't realize that there's a haste rune on the Jakiro, and so there's a double stun going out, and unfortunately not focusing their stuns. If they'd focused their stuns, they probably could have killed the OD before he got the Viper, and the Viper might have lived. Now, yeah, unfortunately the Lion's is going to die because there's a TP in from Night Stalker. So maybe focus the stuns a little bit more. Unfortunately, there is the problem whereas they might, if they did focus the stuns, they would... if they focus a stun, they'd overlap them, but they'd still kill the OD, and the Viper might get away. And you'd only sacrifice a Lion for an OD, which would be totally worth it. However, they sacrificed an OD for a Lion and a Viper, which is not really worth it. So Taylor Swift finally got the free farm that he deserves, and he's going to come in, pretty much just sit here and right-click a little bit. Not looking to rush straight for the Battle Fury, a little bit better of a build, so if he goes for the Battle Fury now, he'll probably be alright with it, you know, get a decent bit of farm there. Broodmother will create enough space that PA should have space to farm a Battle Fury and then farm with the Battle Fury. However, the problem is if PA gets a Battle Fury and she doesn't actually do anything with the Battle Fury, then it's just not really it's not going to be a beneficial item, and she might as well go the fighting build. However, if she does go the fighting build, she has to fight a lot with the build. Whereas a Battle Fury just means that she can, take it late and kind of out-carry their carries. And when she gets a BKB, the only threat to her will really be the Juggernaut. So we're just seeing some standard laning practices going on here. Broodmother just doing Broodmother things once again. Sitting in lane, being annoying. Juggernaut actually probably going to get a bit of farm out of this. Now, unfortunately, the Broodmother has fed quite a bit. This is the problem with a Broodmother going up against this pick. You don't have the capacity to kill off any other heroes, because Juggernaut can just spin and be magic immune, and Jakiro just has health. So Jakiro is quite a tanky support, so not going to be able to pick him off quite easily enough, and Broodmother is just going to have to sit in lane. Normally Broodmother wants to dominate a lane and just take that lane completely, not even have to worry about anyone else. And Taylor Swift realizing that, Clockwork's getting a little bit close, and oh, what a nice juke. Very good juke there by the Taylor Swift, and now deciding to run back because Cogs will, his battery assault will probably be over, but unfortunately, she's in a rock and a hard place. Although she might just make it back. Go evasion, go! Although Night Stalker's probably got his Q off, yes. No, unfortunately, he had his nuke off, so it's not looking too good for Sansalt now, and unfortunately, even though the kill screw is starting to go out of the way, it's also shown by the net worth and stuff. The offlaner and the PA are definitely up there with the net worth, but not quite enough, and Broodmother's going to take her first death, yeah, so Broodmother unfortunately dying there and cleaning up all the spiderlings, so that's just going to boost the net worth further of Juggernaut, and he's just going to get further and further ahead. And it's not looking quite as good for Sansalt this game, but however they did come back, and they sort of pushed back into it a little bit in the last game. This ultimate Exalt just saying, was I even close? Probably just trying to kill the Viper a little bit there. And, not having enough intelligence stolen for Sanity's Eclipse to kill him. So who do you want to win this one, Jess?
Well, I don't really have a preference on who I want to win. Whoever wins, wins. I do like a Broodmother. I am partial to a Broodmother, though.
And so unfortunately Lion just taking a fall there quickly. Hopefully PA can get this kill, and it still doesn't make it worth it. It's 2 supports for 1 offlaner. Now PA is going to be able to blink back and she should be fine. But you really don't want to lose a Lion and that, and this is the problem. Oh no, PA.
Trapped.
Yeah, you're just essentially trapped in there.
Oh no.
If she'd stuck into the hole and she just sort of dug further into there, she might have been okay. But this is the problem essentially. When you do pick a PA, you need the supports there to help, and unfortunately with a Sand King in the jungle, whenever he comes out, he's losing his farm. And whenever he's not out there, he's not out there, so he's not helping your lane. We've got a DD on the Viper, so he's got to be a little bit careful here. But Sand King, however, does have a nice blink. And that was a nice kill by Broodmother, just chasing Juggernaut the whole way down. Should really start paying a little bit more attention. Sorry, guys. PA just coming up to the top there. Starting to go on the Jakiro. However, he can just turn around an Ice Path, and that's a nice juke there by PA. Ooh, it looks like Clockwork's going in the middle. There's two fights essentially happening now. Viper's probably definitely going to go down here. Clockwork started up. However, Sandkin's coming back in with the wombo and the combo. And then the Lion to press R to finish it off, and PA managed to kill. So that's a full team wipe. Well played to the boys in Sandsoul. That's what they needed to come back into this. Essentially,
that was pretty good.
Yeah. So PA just 1v1ing, and Jakiro overstepping his mark, not realizing that. And then, Viper being essentially bait. This is the problem. You go into Viper, you've got to deal with it. You've got to deal with the tankiness of him, and they have to sit there for a long time, and they all got grouped up, and Gregor just coming in with that, the dream, essentially. Like, he'd love to do that on an Earthshaker. I bet he'd love to do that on an Earthshaker. So Sand King essentially just coming around, turning that fight horribly in the favour of Sansalt. Meanwhile, Broodmother just being a Broodmother, just doing Broodmother things. There's probably going to be a dust reveal here, so she's got to be a bit careful. Yeah, okay, that's a bit dangerous. Unfortunately, he's now trapped inside with the Broodmother, and she can just go on. She can go ham on him, but she's got to be careful because the Juggernaut's there. And if they dust, then they can kill her. Sand King over there is really close, and it's so close. They should just go for this. Yes, there we go. And then just Q him. Nice. Okay. And so now we're seeing the Broodmother come into play. The Broodmother's taking over the lane, just being a really big pain, and Juggernaut can't farm safely in his lane anymore. He sort of can, but it would be too dangerous for him. He'd probably get picked off, and he'd lose a lot of his farm. So Sand King definitely starting to pay off. That Sand King pick essentially pretty much coming into its own now. The Night Stalker and the Clockwork being very useful, but they only are reliant on their ults. So when Night Stalker's ults up or when it's nighttime, he's roaming around going for kills. And PA is just having a decent bit of time top farming. However, she does notice that there's not a lot of heroes on the map, so wisely she's just backing off. And Night Stalker's just sitting here waiting. And they're looking like they really wanted to go on a gank here. Unfortunately, they do forget that Sand King has a blink, and he's waiting for them. And while the flare does reveal where their supports are, it also does reveal that Clockwork is in the general vicinity of the behind those trees there. So they're all just sitting here waiting, and I think everyone knows who's everyone, but nobody wants to go and fight except OD. OD, Rod of Owie, okay. And so this is looking like a dead person here, but oh, Sand King's ult's going to be up in the seconds. Is he going to go? He's going to go, and here we go. Nice little ult there, just picking off the OD. Unfortunately, not getting as many as he could. However, the Clockwork will go down, so it is a 2-for-2 trade. PA died, unfortunately, which is not very good. And this is probably going to be the Lion. Oh, what the body blocks! The legendary body blocks, but unfortunately, Lion turning around. That was really... You didn't want to see that, unfortunately. And there it is, the dust. And this is the problem with Night Stalker. Oh, but he might die just before. If Sand King can turn around... Does Sand King have the... Yes, he does. Sand King has the HP to survive, and Lion coming in to secure the kill on the Night Stalker. So quite scrappy, quite messy, essentially. Viper and PA for OD, Night Stalker, and Clockwork. I think that favours Xant Salt not the most. However, they'll get a nice deny here from... Or... Nope, they won't get a deny. So unfortunately Jakira's passive, well not passive anymore, but his liquid fire just burning down the tower, and the trade, I don't think it's worth it just because Juggernaut didn't die. If Juggernaut had died somehow from the Broodmother, or the Broodmother had taken a tower, it would be worth it. Now, Lion just sitting up here, it's a little bit dangerous, however they don't have many reinforcements coming in, it's only 2 of them, and here's the Juggernaut. And the instant teleports in. We've got to be careful, they're hunting essentially, they're coming, they want blood. They're sick and tired of this Broodmother, just, being in this lane. Now she's got to be careful because there is sentries and there is dust, and we pop the sentries down, and I just can't seem to deselect heroes for some reason. I'll be right back, Jess. Can you take over? Just watch the game essentially. If that fight evolves,
I'll do my best.
All right. So just keep an eye on that bottom tower there. There should be a fight going on there pretty soon. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Got a nice little background there for TA. So is there anything happening, Jess? Come on, let's see your casting skills, girl.
He's got Broodmother hiding around in the bushes. Just don't really know where to go, so...
So how many heroes are bottom essentially? On both sides. Is it a numbers advantage? Okay, so fight's just broken out. Jakira's missed his ult. No one's really standing in it, unfortunately. Here comes the Viper. Now, this is a problem, because Viper will slow down everyone there. Unfortunately, he's stunned up, and it looks like Lion's probably going to go down here. Yeah, he's probably going to go down to the burn. Sand King coming in to just mop up the kill, and Broodmother as well. So it looks like it's a 2-for-1 trade. You definitely want that trade. You want to do that trade. Lion for Jakira itself would have been worth it, but Lion for Jakira and Night Stalker is definitely worth it. Plus, they got a couple of kills on there, and PA managed